If you want to get on depth with news and technology in the wireline industry, you're watching All Shots Fired with Russell Smith.
All right, everyone, I want to welcome you to All Shots Fired, episode 7, I believe, 6 or 7, something like that. We got a good show today. We got Chip Levine from Yellow Jacket Oil Tools. They got a new gun system we're going to look at, so I got a really good interview with him. But I want to touch up before we get going on our sponsor for the day, and good old Doc Schuler, he's sponsoring our podcast for today, so let me read a little bit about him. This episode is brought to you by MDS Multimedia, your go-to partner for professional video production and content creation. Whether you're looking to create top-notch training videos for corporate or educational platforms, or you need experts with photography, video editing, or web development, MDS Multimedia has you covered. Specializing in training and how-to videos, we bring over 25 years of experience helping businesses, educators, and creators bring their vision to life. From corporate giants to content creators on YouTube, we work closely with each client to focus on their goals and deliver high-quality results. So if you're ready to elevate your content or streamline your training programs, get in touch with MDS Multimedia today. We're small enough to care, but big enough to make a difference. You can get in touch with Doc Schuler or at MDS Multimedia at mdsmultimedia1701@gmail.com. I can't brag enough on Doc. Doc helps us with the school. He helps us with the podcast. Really good guy. Ex-wireline, so he knows wireline just as good as anybody. So if you want to help somebody in the wireline industry with another profession, give him a call. He's a good guy. Okay, so what else we got here? We had some excitement going on right at the end of the year. My neighbor has a deer feeder right outside the school. If you come to the school, you probably see his feeder. But he shot this big old buck and sent me pictures of it, and it was really cool. So Justin's a cool dude. But anyway, we got to see some excitement there. We also had a little excitement about a week or two ago there at my house. I got to shoot a coyote, so I got a little picture there. It was a coyote. Kind of funny. My wife and I were feeding some cows, and we walked back in the house, and the cows had left, and there was some little hay there. And my wife said, "There's a coyote outside the back of the barn," and so I got my gun, and he went around the back side, so I got it propped up on the back of my truck. And he come around the other side of the barn, and man, I laid it to him. So pretty fun stuff if you like hunting. So anyway, so that's my coyote story. What else we got? This past month, we had a couple guys come to our supervisor class. We separated our supervisor class into 2 portions. Now, you can take it all at one time, but if you want to take the first half, it's a 4-day class. You can, and 2 of these guys did. Jeremy Dickman, he's with Transtech Cementing there in Midland, and Ruben Guerrero, I think he's working with Pintail right now, but he's spending his own money, wants to run a truck. So they've gotten half of the class. They're going to come back February the 14th, I think it's when the next portion or the second portion of our logging class starts. So they're going to finish it up when they get there. But 2 good guys, smart. So they got a lot to add to our industry. But what else we can talk about? I love watching Trupp kick butt, take names. Man, he's shaking Washington up, I can tell you that. But it's all for the good. It's all what we needed. Our government's just so corrupt, and it's so good to see him do stuff that helps us, especially taxpayers. We all pay money, and we just hate to see it wasted, so it's really neat to see that. Had an interesting conversation on LinkedIn with, Trump says drill, baby, drill. And if that makes the oil price go down, will that stop production companies from drilling? Because if it gets too cheap, they don't want to do it because it's too cheap. And like I said, I got mixed feelings on it. The price may go down if we do start drilling or we start getting more oil in. It'll help our country. It'll help my neighbors. It'll help all of us. help with inflation and what's happened. It probably hurts us a little bit, but as our economy starts growing again, I have a feeling that oil and gas demand will just increase, and we'll get back up to it. And if you're in the oil and gas, and it's cyclic, ups and downs, and when it goes down, you just be ready for it. But I also agree this is probably the best industry to be in. That is the most lucrative. We can make a lot of money, guys, in the oil and gas business. I know a lot of guys that are in other fields, and they don't make what we make. So save a little bit, have some money, saved up, so when it is a tough time, you can survive. So anyway, okay, well, let's get the show going. Let's just see what Chip Levine has to say. So anyway, so don't act like I'm some. Hey man, no, this is very low maintenance.
Can I cuss a little?
Yeah. I don't care at all. I don't care at all. Okay, all right, everyone. I want to welcome you to All Shots Fired. I got a special guest, Chip Levine. Is it Levine? Levine. I've always said Levine. Chip, thank you for coming out here.
Appreciate you.
No, man, you're with Yellow Jacket Oil Tools, and man, y'all guys have helped our school tremendously at the very beginning when nobody else would help. Old Joe Wells, he helped us. He would give us stuff and let us show off. So we always want to thank you for that. But you're coming here to demonstrate y'all's new gun system, or your software and your addressable switch system that Yellow Jacket. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, we have our addressable switch system. We've partnered with Weatherford Wireline Products, and we call it DSS, Digital Switch System.
Okay.
It's software and works with their original ASFS and ASGH panel.
Okay.
And their new AccuPerf panel.
Okay, so they got a new panel coming out.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to. I think it's still in production. We'll probably get to see it here a little later.
It's still in testing. We'll end up showing it later.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Well, Chip, how do you start with this? You used to be the technical expert at Titan when these switches started coming out. So I kind of look at you as, man, you are the Titan guru that knows all about. I mean, not Titan guru, but a switch guru.
Not anymore. Not the Titan guy anymore.
Yeah.
Titan hired me the week after they purchased that technology from the company they purchased it for. And I was the go-to guy for addressable switches for Titan for a few years.
Uh-huh.
And then decided to change, came to Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket decided they wanted to develop a switch system, this one. And I've been with them for a little over 6 years, working with them and developing it. We're now up around 350,000 switches.
Wow.
Been running the well, and it seems to be pretty reliable.
Who is your biggest customer? Is it Liberty? Or they utilize you a lot?
Liberty's a large customer. There's also other people in Canada.
Okay.
And the U.S.
Okay, well, the gun systems y'all have two kinds. Y'all have what they call the Halo, and this new one called.
Well, we have more than two kinds.
Okay.
But our two newest is Halo, which is a internally self-orienting gun system that we ship loaded and armed. In other words, there's an interrupted detonator in it, so when it's screwed together, all they have to do is
you got to pull the interrupter. Okay.
And then our newest gun system is called Neon, which will be shipped armed also. It doesn't even need an interrupter.
Now, how are you going to get around not having an interrupt?
Oh, you'll have to see it. You'll have to see it. It doesn't need an interrupt.
But it doesn't need an interrupt.
It's in the process. We've done our testing. We've had the government witnesses, and it's coming.
It's coming. All right. So y'all got approval from DOT and all that type of stuff.
It's in the process. It's in the process.
That's going to be interesting because, man, RP67, got to have an interrupt or don't do it at all. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It appears to be a good gun system.
Well, it'll be neat to see. Well, um, I'm curious to see how this new Weatherford panel turns out. I heard it's supposed to be pretty good, pretty neat little panel. So,
It's pretty neat. It's quite automated. You pick the panel up and it feels like it's an empty chassis. because
really, it's light then.
It's all digital, so it's light.
Interesting.
It was designed specifically to work manually or just replace their old panels, and we're working on it to get it good and reliable with our switch system also, which is their plan also.
Man, that's going to be neat to see a new shooting panel that's light. And I heard that the key has magnets. It's not the regular key.
Yeah,
I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff about it. So
It's weird. It's not a key anymore. It's a Hall effect sensor, so it's just magnets.
yeah,
So-
well, it's neat that Yellow Jack's a part of this. So that's cool. Well, I guess I don't need to talk anymore. Let's show a demo of how your software works and
Sounds
see how
good.
this looks.
I'm
All right,
ready.
let's do it.
Well, we're sitting at plug set depth,
Okay.
so I'm going to go ahead and click on inventory and set the plug.
Sounds good.
Okay. Click arm, click fire, set the plug.
Okay. Short
detected,
exactly
which
what it's
is-
supposed to see.
Right, which is what it should see because it destroyed the switch when it fired the plug. So I'm going to mark as set. It's doing an inventory for the gun number 1.
Fast check.
I'm going to go ahead and move into position.
So you got a simulation going.
I'm simulating depth at 40 foot a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and click on arm. It already sent the fire command, so when we get to position, I'm going to shoot it at 650 feet.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay, it's doing an inventory to confirm that one fired. Now it's doing an inventory to arm the next one. I didn't have to pick up a mouse. So I'm shooting this one at 640. Shooting this one at 640. Let it do its thing. It's inventories to confirm the shot. Inventories to arm the next one. Sends the fire command. All I got to do is shoot it when it's at depth. Boom.
And that's nice. I like the bar graph showing how close you get, and when it gets in the middle is where it's
Yep.
time to go.
And I got this one set up as plus or minus 5 feet.
Okay.
That's where you can actually shoot it.
In that range.
There's plug, 6 guns. This is going to be gun number 5, and then a release tool. So
How many guns have y'all checked this with?
I know the system will talk to over 95 guns.
Hope to never shoot a 95-foot gun.
Yeah. The server, definitely. The server, I don't want to screw them together or run them in the hole. The surface tester will talk to, 40-ish.
Yeah, I got you.
After it fires the last gun, it sees the last thing as a release tool. It automatically skips it and closes out that job closes out the data.
Nice.
So we're done.
That's nice, man. That worked out perfect. A pretty simple deal.
In the gun string, it's closing out the job, and we'll just come out of the hole.
And every gun recording, I guess, got recorded. For all the, showing the company man that everything detonated and.
Every gun got recorded. We saved this graph on every one of them as an Excel spreadsheet and as an image to show just like it shows on the screen right now.
That is pretty cool, man. That's a pretty awesome system.
10 foot, these clusters here were 10 foot apart, and we were shooting 6 guns at basically 40 foot a minute.
40 foot a minute at 10 foot apiece. I mean, that's what you said the gap was.
10 foot
That's pretty close.
spacing.
And you're still going 40 feet, so that's pretty fast.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. That's an awesome demonstration, man.
The hardest thing people have is trying to decide what to do with their hands since they don't have to touch the mouse in between firing.
Yeah, you have nothing to do with flip-flopping around and No, that is a really, really neat system. It's a great demonstration with the light showing the guns going off and everything. So,
Yep.
no.
Glad to be here to do a demonstration for
Thank you for coming out here. It means a lot. Hopefully, the people that see this kind of see what kind of system Yellow Jacket has, and looking to maybe get in your system. So,
Yep.
Anyway,
Sounds great.
all
Sounds
right,
great
Chip,
to me.
thanks again, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, everyone,
care.
We'll talk to y'all later. Okay, everyone, I want to show you a real quick trick. Whenever we're running logs or having a certain presentation to a specific log, you ever notice when you load a service and it pops up and it's not the presentation you want? Well, I'm going to show you how you can quickly fix that, okay? So if we go to Database Utilities and just go to Edit Logging Services. Now, these are logs that I've already put in, and I'm going to show you how to load these things, but I'm going to grab this bond tool, the radial T, and I'm going to click on it. Now, I want you to recognize it has two presentations in here. It has this RBL bin and the SCBL. I could hit Browse and maybe put in another one. Put in maybe a Gamma Ray CCL presentation. So let's grab a Gamma Ray CCL and stick it in there. So now I have three presentations that I can select while I'm logging, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So anyway, so I'll hit Save. We'll save that. X out of this. All right, so I think our tool's up and running. So let's just hit Action, Record on Time, and hit OK. Okay, so it didn't load it because I didn't bring the software, didn't bring it over. So let's do this. But I'm recognizing the RBL bin, SCBL, they're right here. So if you wanted to change from presentation, you can, but that CCL Gamma Ray didn't show up. And the reason it didn't show up is because I didn't reload my service. All right, so I'm gonna hit X, I'm gonna hit File, close all, turn my tool off, I'm gonna hit Acquisition again, and we're just gonna reload it, service. Okay, it'll save. And I'm just gonna hit Action, Record on Time to show you what I'm talking about here. Let's grab a test, that's fine. Hit OK, hit OK. All right. Do you see now that Gamma Ray CCL showed up? So I have three presentations that I can select while I'm logging. If this was a bond log rolling up and I wanted to change it to a Gamma CCL, you just click Gamma CCL and it changes the presentation. So anyway, I hope this helps. I know it may confuse you when you're grabbing different presentations, but if you got them saved under our database utilities, you're usually good to go. All right, we'll talk to you later. Okay, we're going to wrap things up. I want to thank Chip Levine for coming out. Had a great interview with him. I also want to talk about or mention that we are going to be launching our online training. It'll be an RP67 class for anyone to understand explosives, especially in wireline. I think it's probably one of the most important trainings that wireline guys need to have. So that's coming out. So again, like, subscribe, share us. We greatly appreciate it. And until then, we'll see you next time.